everyone! Welcome to the series finale of our Thomas tier list videos. I am Gunner, the movie fanatic slash Gigi.
And
And I'm
I'm
on, of
the
course,
owner of this channel.
and yes, and you get to say your name this time. I think the joke's getting old now.
Okay, fine. I am Vaughn Smith. Hello,
The
everyone.
creator of this channel.
Yeah.
And I said series finale, yes, because this is our last video on Thomas the Tank Engine for a while. And we finally have reached it. The Railway series. We're finally ranking all 42 books of the Railway series. All good things must come to an end, but it's honestly been so much fun doing this with you, man. Like, we started all the way back in May and continued on throughout the whole summer and throughout the whole fall. Yeah. May, June, July, August, September, October, and now November. We did this for about 6 months. 6 months, man. Wow. Soon to be 7 months.
Nobody
It's
go
crazy
there, please.
to believe. Wait, why?
Because you said 6 months, soon to be 7. Nobody go there, please.
Oh no! Okay, first, full disclosure, I'm gonna say this now. Fuck the 6-7 meme. Fuck it. I fucking hate it. Worst meme of all time. I'm saying it.
Hey, I
Boom.
hate it too,
I don't
so-
care. I don't care if anyone attacks me on this, because fuck the millennials and Gen Zers. You kids need to learn. You kids need to learn better with your internet memes. Learn about 69 or 420. Those are the classics.
Hell yeah.
But anyways, we're not talking about that shitty meme. Fuck that meme. But no. We're talking about books. And this is sad. It's gonna be sad that we won't be doing this for a while, but we aren't done with the tier list series, no. We do have another thing planned, but we'll get to that. We'll talk about it at the end of the video. But for now, we get to focus on something that I've been waiting for. All 42 of the Railway books. Now, we're just ranking the 42 books made by Wilbert and Christopher. We aren't including the 4 bonus books because I don't really think it's necessary to add them because 2 of them were made for the TV show and 2 of them were just never adapted. So yeah, we have everything from the 3 railway engines to Thomas and his friends. And yeah. I have been reading a lot of these throughout the past few months, and it's been really fun. There is not a single bad book, because I would just be mean. Like, I think all these books are fantastic. I think all the books are not bad. However, we do have a couple of CTs which are kind of mid, but that's okay. They don't need to be bad. And again, I'm going to be looking through, like, mostly throughout some of the audiobooks to look at comments to know which of the stories which are in the book. To know how we feel about them. But enough talking. I think it's time we get started. Now, I myself have already made a tier list on this, which is on the left side.
Yeah, it's this
Show 'em.
one.
Which is my tier list of all the books.
Yep.
And I'm very proud of it.
And this is my
as
one
of
so
Vaughn,
far. I've got up to
he
Henry the
didn't
Great
have
Engine.
yeah, he didn't have time to finish this all, but that's fine. You can at least still get to rank this at least.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into ranking 80 years of the Railway series books. Let's start with the one that started it all in 1945. the three railway engines. The first three characters introduced: Edward, Henry, and Gordon. The trio of the trio tender engines. Man, that's just how you start a book series that everyone loves. All four stories: Edward's Day Out, Edward and Gordon, The Sad Story of Henry, and Edward, Gordon, Henry. All just fantastic stories that would be adapted for the TV show. Just fit so well. It's always just, yeah, this was always destined to be the S tier it was. So that's agreeable and S tier right there.
Yep.
But don't expect it to be like high though. It does go low because there are better books.
Yeah.
But it serves an S because it was the first book that started all. You would think this would be the pop. I would say that the first book was the second most popular because the second book came out which is probably as of today the most popular book in the Railway series.
Probably
And with
because
the
it introduces
series most
the most iconic character of the
one
show,
of the,
of this franchise.
yes, Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah, everyone loves this character so much. We all love him so much. His stories told are just, yeah, just always just perfect. His stories were adapted so well in the TV show. Just everything that shows Thomas in his story arc just perfect. All Thomas and Gordon, Thomas's train, Thomas and the trucks, Thomas and the breakout train. Perfect stories of showing Thomas who he is, because he is Thomas the Tank Engine. He truly is. And that picture right there, yeah, that's an iconic shot right there.
Yeah.
Same for the three railway engines as well. Yeah. But I think this one's the most iconic picture from the railway series because it is. But it's obviously an S tier. It's obviously better than the three railway engines. It was gonna be very high on this list. Because trust me, it is. Next up is now another popular character, James the Vet Engine. But here's where I'll say this. It's a good book. It's great. However, I don't think it's as good as the first two books. I will say, I definitely enjoyed James and the Express and Troublesome Trucks. I love those two. However, I think James and the Top Hat and James and the Bootlace as separate stories kind of make it confusing a little bit. I think the TV show adapted it better to combine them together because I think it works better like that. Which is why it's called James Learns a Lesson.
Well, for the
Because
US
he
at
does
least,
learns a lesson. Yeah.
they call it
James and the Coaches,
in the
but
UK.
I think James Learns a Lesson is a better title because he does learn a lesson. This is one of the weaker books, I'll say. Yeah, it is an A tier. But I still like it for what it is, showing James who he is. But trust me, it's staying at the bottom of the S tier for now. I mean A tier. Now we have technically our first sequel book, Tank Engine Thomas again. I don't think this was as good as Thomas the Tank Engine, but I think this one was good, showing more about who Thomas is, showing more about his branch line. And his story, and yeah, his stories were adapted well. Yeah, I did enjoy Thomas and Terrence in the Snow and Thomas and Birdie and Thomas Goes Fishing. I do think Thomas in the Guard was the weakest story, but then again, it is one of the weaker season 1 episodes. But then again, this is still a great book. I mean, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just looking at. I just need to look at my list just to remember where I put it. Yeah. I'm looking on my phone as well. So yeah, yeah. This is an A tier.
Okay, I
Yeah.
also put it
It
in A as
definitely.
well.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think this is better than James the Bad Engine.
Yeah, same. Okay, so here we go.
A great sequel book, I'll say. Yeah, that's a great sequel book. All right. Next up is Troublesome Engines. Here's where things start to get a bit weaker, I'll say, honestly. At least for me. I would say this is one of the more confusing books, I'll say. This is honestly weaker than the first four. It disappoints me to say that, but it's a decent book. But like, I think it was some of the stories that caught me off guard. Like, Henry and the Elephant doesn't Henry and the Elephant? Okay, it was adapted better in the TV show, but like, really? This one? Um, I hate to say this, but I think this one was the weakest story. I think this was the biggest main issue I have was that story. I don't understand this one at all. I just don't. I feel like that one should have been in Henry the Green Engine, which we'll get to soon. But what was the point of adding that story in? I don't hate it, but I just didn't like it in the book. For this book. Trouble in the Shed and Perseverance are definitely great ones, and Tenders and Trouble. Yeah, it was good.
Turntables.
That was just good. Yeah, but I will have to put this. I am putting this in the B tier though. This is one of I. It's not as good as the first as like the. It just didn't work for me.
Okay, fair. I think I gave this an A tier, but you know what? I'll just put it in a B tier anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough because we don't have a B yet. So, anyways, um, next is Henry the Green Engine. I did say that Henry the Elephant should have. I do think the elephant should have been in this story because it's like literally about Henry. That makes a lot of sense. But I think this is the only story, the only book to have five different stories. I think.
Yes, even though one of them's about Percy, which I'm gonna be honest, they should have saved Percy in the trousers for a
Oh
Percy
yeah,
centered
yeah.
book.
Oh yeah, like I want to talk about. Okay, all that's what the problem. Okay, Cole, the Flying Kipper, and Gordon's Whistle, and Henry's Sneeze. Actually, the first two are absolute amazingness. Gordon's Whistle, that was good, but why did you have to split that one in half with the Henry Sneeze? Come on. And also, Percy and the trousers. What does that one have to do with Henry? He's only in there for a little bit.
Yeah, I would have saved that for a Percy centered book, honestly.
Yeah, like Percy has his own book as well. Like, why couldn't it go into that one? That was one of the main issues. That's like the weakest story, obviously, but it just didn't fit in. It's not a bad story, but it just doesn't fit in with Henry. Oh well, but then again, this is a good book. TV show definitely adapted these stories really, really well. And yeah, I do think this one is better than James the Red Engine, but not as good as Tank Engine Thomas again.
Okay.
So it's an 8, so middle 8 tier.
Okay, whereabouts did I put it? Yeah, that makes sense.
Middle 8, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. Toby the Tram Engine. Oh yeah, this one was definitely a great book. Not an S tier though, I'll say though, but I do really like this one. It shows who Toby is, while also like showing some parts of Thomas. I think 3 of these were adapted, but what about Mrs. Kindly's Christmas?
I don't think it was fully adapted. I think it was mentioned in Thomas's Christmas party.
Half of, so just bits of it were just adapted. So I think that's the weakest story, honestly. The other 3 are great, are really fantastic. Yeah, instant classics right there that got fully adapted. Yeah. And I do think this is one of those better books. Yeah, I definitely like this more than Tank Engine Thomas again. And that's an A tier for me.
Okay, I'll do mine
Where
first.
would you want to put this?
Hmm. Do you want to put it here or here? Here or here? You know what? I'll put it here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it here as
Yeah,
well.
A tier right there. Next is Gordon the Big Engine. Now we're getting to the really good stuff. Yeah. Things are gonna go off the rails. Oh my goodness. Actually, let me put it in this way. This is the only Mr. Beast clip I want to cue because because they made jokes about train tracks, and it was honestly the only good thing about that. Well, that was like before, everything, but that's just from the Mr. Beast gaming video of stopping the train in GTA 5. The clip where Chandler, Carl, and Chris mention train jokes, and Jimmy goes, "Oh my goodness." We'll just cue that because why not? Because literally, off the rails is literally mentioned.
Today, we will be attempting to stop the train in GTA at all costs.
It's gonna be a train wreck out there.
I've been training my whole life for this.
Things are gonna go off the rails. Oh my goodness.
Do it, yeah. Anyways, Gordon the Big Engine, yeah. Off the rails, leaves, down the mine. Paints, Pots, and Queens are great, fantastic. Though I do know that 3 of these were adapted for Season 1, I think. And Paint, Pots, and Queens was only adapted to Season 4, which I kinda don't mind. But then again, it just really shows Gordon's like development and his arc story with Thomas as well. So yeah, certified S tier right here. I'm definitely putting this above the 3 railway engines.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
For mine first. Okay.
I do think Thomas was better because, in my opinion at least, you put this wherever you want.
Okay, I'll just put it here for now. And I'll just
Yeah,
put it in
but we could just put this in the middle, yeah.
in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah. Now next is they just get better and better. Edward the Blue Engine. Why does Trevor like children? I don't know.
Somebody please call Chris Hansen.
I think he just cares about the children, like not like you know what. I know that. It's just he just likes giving children rides.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, Edward the Blue Engine. Yeah, all 4 of his stories: Cows, Birdie's Chase, Save from Scrap, and Old Iron. All just instant classics. And honestly, one of my personal favorites of this, but not number 1, but ironically number 2.
Wow.
If you know, it's like my second favorite series, and I like this more than Thomas the Tank Engine. I am putting this at the top of the S tier for now because it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. It's my second favorite. Ironically, because he's the number 2.
Wow, funny.
I know. Top of the S tier for now.
Fee.
Until we get to my personal, which won't be for a little while. Plus, Edward's one of my favorites, so yeah.
Fair.
And also the Unlucky Tug's favorite character as well. So yeah.
Bro, he's a lot of people's favorite. Anyway, I'll just put it
Yeah,
here.
It changed everyone's thoughts on Edward now. He's always been now a favorite. Anyways. Up next is we have reached number 10. We're now into the first narrow gauge story. Which we have 4 little engines. Oh yeah. This one's this is great. This is honestly a great book. Yeah. And how ironically, earlier this year, one of the stories from this book was actually adapted to a live action short. Thanks to the one and only Tallyland Railway. They actually adapted one of the stories from the books,
Yeah.
which was Sir Handel. And I gotta tell you, it's one of the coolest things I've watched this year. And it's also on Letterboxd, so give that a watch. We'll put the link in the description for you guys to check it out.
If I can remember, but I'm pretty sure I will.
I'll send you the link later, but yeah. Anyways, the stories it tells are really great. Scarlowe remembers. It definitely shows who Scarlowe is when he remembers like his like story. Sir Handel was one of my favorites because not also because of the Thailand Railway adaptation, but also because it was definitely the best one. Peter Simon the Refreshment was also great, but Old Faithful, that one was fine. But I do think there's better books. But this one's a really great book of telling who the narrow gauge engines are. So I'm putting this one in the A tier above Tank Engine Thomas again.
Okay. You know what? I suppose I'll put it at A as well. Why not?
Alright. Don't worry, you'll get a B tier eventually.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, alright, next is your favorite character comes in, Percy the Small Engine.
Yes, my boy.
But I will say, this is not one of my favorites. I think this is one of the more weaker ones, but not in a bad way. It's a decent book. But I think some of the stories it tells in this one would have been better. I think when some of these were adapted for the TV show, I feel like these stories were fine to adapt, but they're still good. Obviously, the best one is Duck Takes Charge and Percy's Promise, but I think Percy and the Signal didn't really do me that well. I think Percy and Harold, well, it's good, but it was not one of my favorites of the story. But I do like how we get introduced to Duck, though. I do like Duck's introduction.
Yeah.
That was a big highlight of the story. But anyways, I will say this is one of the weaker books, but not weaker, I'll say. I do think Percy the Small Engine is better than Troublesome Engines. So I'm putting this in the top of the B tier for now.
Okay. Oh my god, my dog is licking my hand right now. Well. Anyway.
Strange. Hope there's no peanut butter on there.
Nope, there's nothing on my hands.
Good. Anyways, where would you want to put this? Hope you're not biased. Hope this one's not biased because I know he's your favorite.
No, you think I put this in the S tier, but no.
No. Okay. Good. You don't have a B tier yet. You have too many A's.
I know.
It does pain you to do this, but then again, we have some better books coming up.
Okay, fine, I'll put it in B then. Okay.
It pains me to do. It pains me to also have that in B tier, but then again, we got better books coming. Which, ironically, we have another one. Eight famous engines.
Oh, this is a great one.
Oh, banger book. That's a banger right there. Oh man, I really love this one. Yeah, the 8 famous engines. Oh, fuck. Percy takes the plunge. Gordon goes forward. Double header. The Fat Controller's engines. Basically, 2 of these would get. What was it? 2? I think Three of these were adapted, but
Three
what's
of them
strange
were,
is that
except
Gordon
for Gordon
goes
Goes Foreign. Gordon Goes Foreign was going to
Yeah.
be adapted.
in season 2, but it got scrapped.
Yeah.
Probably due to budget concerns. It's like I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see that episode.
Same.
But at least we got fans to adapt their own story.
Yeah.
To adapt the story, but yeah. Obviously, the Fat Controls engines. I believe that's supposed to be Thomas in the special letter. I think.
Yep. That is Thomas.
Yeah, that one was my favorite. That's my favorite of the story. I love Percy Takes the Plunge. I will doubleheader, amazing. But it's like Gordon Goes Forward is also great. Certified S tier right there. I absolutely love this one. Like, this is literally in my top 5. I like this more than Gordon the Big Engine. So it's going in the middle of the S tier.
Sweet. I'm also putting this in an S.
Nice. The only reason I rank Thomas higher on some of these is because this was one of the most popular books, and this was one of the stories I loved so much. Anyways, next up, lucky number 13. I know this is the Unlucky Tug's second favorite, Duck and the Diesel Engine, which I'm surprised. But honestly, I don't give a fuck. I fucking love this book.
Hell yeah.
Oh, domeless engines. I honestly do think that was the weakest story, but it was still great. But the other three, the Diesel Duck trilogy was so perfect. Pop Goes Diesel, Dirty Work, and A Close Shaver. That's just perfect. The Dirty Work. That one song. But yeah, I don't think it was as good as some of the other ones, but this is still fantastic. But I do like this better than the 3 Railway Engines. So this is still an S tier, I'll say. But it's going to go above the 3 Railway Engines.
Okay.
It was so close to making my top 10. It was, eventually, but better books came along.
Fair.
And sadly, this is Diesel's only appearance in the Railway series, which is kind of sad if you think about it.
Yeah, because in this universe, he was sent off the island permanently, but in the TV show, he comes back a few times before residing there permanently.
Before being on the island. Yeah, like, man, they did Diesel dirty in this.
Yeah.
I'm glad the Unlucky Tug took CGI series for his and his Sodor's Finest video. Thank you for that. But yeah. Oh well. Next up is the little old engine. Yeah. Trucks, home at last, rock and roll, little old twins. I love trucks. That's my favorite of that's my favorite of the stories. But yeah, the little old engine. I think this is better than Henry the Green Engine, but not as good as Tank Engine Thomas again. But I think I like the story. I like all stories, but I think they could have I think a couple of them could have been a little bit better. But I still like this one. Like A tier, I like it. It's a good narrative story, but I do like 4 Little Engines more.
Okay.
I do like it better. It's better than Henry, I'll say. So it's an A tier.
Okay, for me,
I do think none of the narrow gauge stories have honestly reached S tier for me. Well, actually, only one actually has. Only one has, but the rest just only either make A, B, or C tiers at least.
okay.
But up next is Lattes, the twin engine Lattes.
We've arrived here, laddies.
Hiya, sir. Greetings. So, I hear you two have lost your numbers. How did that happen? It must have slightly subsided. You know how it is. Seriously, I just love the twin engine segments on the Unlucky Tugs channel. I love that video, man.
Yeah.
Just great to hear Joe Mills' voice again as Douglas. Man, I miss that. What a perfect way to end off 2024. But anyways, the twin engines. I don't understand why the cover is orange when you could have made it black. I just find that so bizarre. Yeah, why is it... Actually, like, look at some of these colors for some of the books. Like, Edward's red for some reason. The blue matches Thomas. Eight Famous Engines is a lightish pink. I don't know why. Gordon's is like a magenta color. Duck and the Diesel engine is just blue. The three railway engines yellow. Toby green. Four little engines light or orange yellowish. Tank engine Thomas again is red. Little engine is pink. Henry green, that matches. James blue. Percy orange, and Troublesome engine's green. That actually kind of matches.
Yeah, because Percy's on
And
the
then
cover.
Twin Engines is orange, which, why not just make it black? That would match.
Yeah, I don't know what the illustrators, what they're thinking. I don't know.
Yeah, but I do think honestly, this is one of the weaker books. A decent book. But enjoy this a I actually did enjoy this more than some of the other ones. Mostly a lot of the other ones, but yeah. Like, I will say, it is, yes, I do think it's confusing. Three of these were adapted, but, well, sort of. Two were the last two were adapted, but one half of the first one was adapted, but the second half wasn't. But the second story was never adapted, but it was about to be. It was even in production at one point.
Yeah, but
then it got canceled because
the story was too confusing
was,
for kids.
And it lacked action. Yeah, it is confusing, but I would have still loved to see that episode.
Yeah, same.
But then again, yeah. I do think Hello Twins and the Missing Coach was a bit confusing. But the last two were fantastic though. But anyways, I am so glad Donald and Douglas got painted blue. Blue fits so perfectly. I'm not kidding. That is one of the best blue looking engines I've seen.
Yeah, I like their blue liveries.
I don't know
Even
why.
though I prefer their black liveries, I still think the blue liveries are cool.
Oh yeah. Heck, like there's like a skin variant in locals online. They like that makes it even better because I like the blue Donald and Douglas. I like the black ones too, but the blue, just something about the blue color fits so nice. But, this is a B tier, top of the B tier.
Yeah.
I will say it is kind of funny. It was one of the funnier ones.
It'll go here for me.
Alright. This was book number 50. Can that Burger King clip?
Oh my god. He is.
Time we finally cue that clip. And also cue that clip from also cue the clip from Smiling Friends, because why the fuck not? Check out Smiling Friends, it's fucking awesome. Anyways. Number 16, branch line engines. One of the characters that was adapted for season 2, but managed to snake her way into season 2. Mother Fuzzy. But I do love me some branch line engines. I did like this one. I like it more than Tank Engine Thomas again. Also, like, yeah. Thomas Comes to Breakfast. Oh, perfectly adapted. Well, yeah. Daisy was great. Bullseyes, yeah, that was the weakest. Percy's Predicament, fantastic. Yeah. It's an A tier. I do like this one. It's better than Tank Engine Thomas again.
Oh wow, two Farquhar branch line books between each other.
Stories. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, with the recent with the Daisy Soto's Finest New, yeah, that was fun.
I'm gonna be funny and do the same.
All right, number 17, the gallon old engine. I mean, honestly, yeah, this was honestly the second best of the narrow gauge engine stories. Because I know what the best one is when we get to that one, but but the gallon old engine was great. One of the better narrow gauge stories, I'll say. Um, yeah, enjoyed a lot of the stories in this one. Special Funnel, Steamroller was fine. Passengers and Polish was decent, but I really love Gallon old engine. Why was that one saved for last? I don't know. But then I realized, oh, that makes sense. But yeah, I love it, Reneus in this one. I love how it's focused on his backstory, I would say. But yeah, yeah, eight's here, baby. Right above Toby the Tram Engine. I do think this is better than Toby the Tram Engine.
Okay.
Fidelity.
Here will do for now. Okay.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Oh wow, a little Jim Carrey for a moment. Here we go. We're back into the really good. Now we're into the really good stuff. Stepney the Bluebell engine. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, love this one. I love Stepney. One of the fan favorites, easily a fan favorite. Bluebells of England, Stepney special, train stop plays, train stops play. I thought it was train stop play.
Wow.
That makes more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense than saying train stops play. That's so confusing. Oh yeah, and then Bolt Out, my favorite of the story. Oh, I love Stepney so much, but another one of my favorites. S tier, baby. I like this better than Duck and the Diesel Engine.
Okay.
That's like literally at number 10 for me. Yeah.
Where am I gonna put this? Where am I gonna put this?
Higher or lower?
I guess here will do.
Alright. See? We're not trying to copy here. We just have different, we just have different places for most of these.
Yeah.
But anyways, up next, it will be Mountain Engines. Okay, here's where things started to take a little downturn, I'll say. I thought this was going to be my least favorite before the C tiers, but I will say this is honestly the weakest, one of the more weaker, I think this is honestly the weakest Wilbert book. I'm sorry, I don't hate this one. It's a decent book, but it just has a lot of issues. Look, I don't think the Colby Railway, I'm kind of glad that this was never adapted for the TV show. I'm just kind of glad it wasn't. I do not like some of the designs for the characters.
Mostly because how most of
Ugh,
them
those
look
back
similar
faces.
to each other.
And why they have like two faces? That's fucking creepy, man.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if the TV show did adapt these guys, they probably would have removed the faces from the back, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, true that. But I just don't think some of the stories worked out. Dangerous. Mountain Engine was fine. Bad Lookout, just eh. It is at the bottom of the B tier. This is easily the weak. I do think this is easily the weakest book by Wilbert Audrey. I just didn't think this one wasn't as good as most of the other ones. So yeah, bottom B tier. I just don't think this one was as good.
Okay, fair. I don't know. I'll just put it here.
Every time I look at those, yeah, because every time I look at those faces, I'm like, ugh. Mostly the backs. That's just creepy. Alright, book 20. Very old engines.
Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
You're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars!
bad deal.
Cars that break down!
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
You can kiss my ass.
it's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker!
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed!
If you find a better deal,
Shove it up your ugly ass!
you heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass!
Bring your tray.
Bring your title!
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her!
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
take a hike
to Big Bill Hell.
home of challenge pissing!
That's right.
Challenge pissing!
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
You get no down payment.
don't wait!
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off!
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off!
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check!
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell!
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest!
And exclusive on one of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
Guaranteed!
Where were we? Oh yeah, very old engines. I did say that this was better than Take Engine Thomas, but not as good as branch line engines. So I'm giving this an A tier still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one does show a good origin story of Scalo and Rheneas. So,
Yeah. But there were better stories that it told, though.
yeah.
Because we got another one. We got another book coming up soon.
Yeah, I'll put it here for now. It's definitely not my favorite narrative book, but yeah, it'll go there for now.
Yeah. Up next, 21. That's a see, that's a good meme. Let's cue a classic. Let's cue that iconic meme, of course.
You stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
Welcome to 2014, baby.
Yeah. Anyways, mainline engines. Finally, the twins. Whoa!
The Demon Twins.
Not the angel twins. I love demons. I hate angels. Has Been Hotel reference I did. Which season 2 is out right now. Gotta fucking love that show. But anyways, mainline engines. Fuck, man. This one. Oh. Just absolutely phenomenal. Love every story. Diesel. Love me some Boko, man. Just... But also, let's cue that. Let's just cue that Let's cue the most iconic scene from the Diesel in the U.S. dub of George Carlin, because Boko was one of the greatest. And by that I mean the tricking scene where it when I think it was when Boko says, "Do you mind?"
Yes, bitch. I want my crack back.
But let's execute the extra clip, though.
Do you mind?
But anyways, yeah. Stories, yeah. Diesel, Buzz. I'm surprised that one was in there, but I don't care. Wrong Road, Edward's Exploit, just... Oh. That is just perfect. Literally, that's in my top 5. Number 4, all day. Other than 8, I like it more than 8 Famous Engines. Certified S tier right here. And plus, I like the purple color to it. I think the most colors I'm seeing are definitely blue.
Yeah, most of these books are blue. I'll put it here for now.
Alright. Alright, here comes a hot take alert, honestly. This small railway engines. Get ready for a hot take alert. I thought this book was decent. Yeah, I thought it was decent. I do think Ballast was the one story I just wasn't that interested in. I just like the other three because they were adapted for the TV show and the CGI series, which I'm so glad they did. Mike's Whistle is easily my favorite. Because I just love that clip of Mike's Whistle. I don't know why, but he just has the best whistle of any engine I've heard. But I think this is one of the weaker ones. But I think I enjoyed this more than like a few of the other ones. But I do like it more than Percy the Small Engine. So I'll put this in the B tier.
Okay, fair. Hey, at least I'm not copying, to be fair.
Good.
I'm forming my own opinion.
Don't have too many A's though. We gotta have enough slots for some of these. But anyways, what's next? Here we go. Here comes my personal favorite.
Wow, you have the same favorite
Enterprising
as
engines.
me. Coincidence.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that is not a theory. It's coincidence. Well, for the final time, just for the heck of it, we can just cue the Allen theory one last time. Because it's one of the best theory videos I've seen.
An Allen theory.
Coincidence? I think not!
But anyways, yeah. Enterprising engines. This one surprised me. Holy shit. This one's the best. I think this was honestly the best book of the series. I don't know why, but I think the stories, oh my god. Perfect. Perfect in any way possible. Tenders for Henry. Which I'm gonna say this. Tender engines is in the railway series was better, I think.
Yeah.
I think this was done better than the TV show episode. Super Rescue. Oh my god. That was my favorite of the story. Tied with Escaped. I love that one. Little Western, fantastic as well. Oh my god, these are some of my favorite stories I probably loved. Certified #1 S tier. The best book in the series.
Yeah, baby.
Whoa, yeah, baby. That's what I'm waiting for. That's all about. We're making a unicorn take a shit. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is what fun is about, baby. Anyways, 3 more left for the Wilbert era. Next is Oliver the Western Engine. The sequel to Enterprising Engines. I like this one. It's great. I like it better than 4 Little Engines. Yeah. Definitely nice that Oliver got his own book. Donald Duck was good. Resource and Saga City, did that one get adapted?
Yes, but they renamed it to Oliver Owns Up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one was great. Toad Stands By was great. Archie, yeah, it was good. I do think there were better stories, but this one's great. But yeah, better than 4 Little Engines, I'll say. So A tier.
Okay.
I think the weakest story in the book was honestly Donald's Duck. I mean, it was fun, but yeah, there's better ones.
Fair. Where am I gonna put this? I don't know. Here, I guess.
All right. Let's see. Victory. Left we go. Duke, the Lost Engine. I literally just rewatched like the first episode of season 4 not too long ago. I was bored that day, so I just wanted to watch Grandpuff.
Fair.
Oh yeah, I love. Yeah, this is easily the. I see why this is the Unlucky Tug's favorite book of this, but also like, this is easily the best Narrowgate story ever told. Because Duke the Lost Engine, man, I really like this more than Stepney the Bluebell Engine. Oh man, this one was just, yeah, one of the saddest ones. One of these saddest books.
Yeah.
And also, this is how we got Smudger into as our first original character for the TV series. But also watch The Search of Smudger. That's a great movie, by the way.
Yeah, by Thomas 1 Edward 2 Henry 3.
Yeah, a great remake though. He got to remake it this year, so that was fun. And also, this book also is the example of showing that Thomas is not a baby. It's not just a kid show. It's for everyone. It's for everybody. Trust me, people have been saying that a lot about this book in particular. But yeah, I love all 4 of these stories. Perfect. Grandpa, Bulldog, You Can't Win, Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. Not the Disney film. No, it's not, but the Disney film is actually really great, though. But yeah. But anyways, yeah. All 4 of these stories are told to these. So yeah, S tier above Stepney the Bluebell Engine.
Okay. And for me, it's going right here.
Oh, yeah. And which this was supposed to be the series finale. This was supposed to be the last book by Wilbur, but then he decided to write one more book, which I like to call this one the unnecessary one, but this was not bad by any means. Tramway Engines. But I do think this is still a weak book. It's a decent book. Mavis and Toby's. I love how Mavis is on there on the cover. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Mavis and Toby's title were perfect. Woolly Bear was easily the weakest. I didn't care for that one too much. Ghost Train was kind of unnecessary, but not a terrible story. Just didn't fit in well. It's not the weakest. Like, I just think that one was decent. But yeah, I do think this is a decent book. I do like it more than the Twin Engines, but I can give this a top of the B tier. And with that, that's all the Wilbert books. Yeah. And now we go from father to son. It's Christopher's turn. This is when the stories kind of stopped getting adapted, for some of them at least. But these people say that the Christopher books aren't as good as the Wilbur ones, but some of these books are still good. But this is where the C tier range starts coming in. Yeah, some of these are going to be C tier, so yeah. Anyways, we're starting with really useful engines. 2 of these were adapted. 2 of these weren't. I like Stop Thief. Mind That Bike was fine. Fish was my favorite, and I love Triple Header. For Christopher Audrey's first book, I like it. I really like this one. Yeah, top of the A tier. That's top of the A tier right there. I was gonna give it an S, but I felt like, well, I'll give it an A. Yeah. Um, yeah, where are you gonna put it? Hmm. I think it was like I don't know. I guess I just feel like the stories in this one. All right, all right. Next up is James and the Diesel Engines. Introduced to finally Bear. I love Bear. I love me Bear. Anyways, none of these. I don't know if none of these stories. I don't think were ever adapted. No, but James and the Diesel Engines. Yeah, this one was decent, but I don't know if I liked some of the stories for some of these. Some of them were confused. Some of them didn't make sense. Some were good. But like old stuck up, it's mostly just showing James, mostly showing like a lot of these diesels, but mostly like, I don't know. It just doesn't. It's mostly just what the crash just feels so similar to like James's crash from like season 21. Or was it season 20? So they kind of got an inspiration for that. So yeah, but anyways, Cross Lines was not was my least favorite of the story. I thought that one was just kind of a mid story. Fire Engine. That was fine, but Deep Freeze, I definitely like that one. Yeah, B tier. I'm putting this one up, but I like it better than Troublesome Engines, though. Yeah. Up next, Great Little Engines. Mm-hmm. 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 Ah, okay. Great Little Engines. Let's see which. Patience is a virtue. Hmm. They predicted the season 8 song. Peter Sam and the Prickly Problem. Pop Special was my favorite because I like a good Duncan story. Nice. And Sir Handel comes home. Yeah, that one was great. Yeah, I actually like this one. A good Narrowgate story. Yeah. Yeah. This one was fun. I give it an A. I I do like it more than I like it more than Oliver. So yeah, I would put it above Oliver. All right. Now I just feel like at this point this isn't our tier list. I think it's just an. I guess we're just now I realize. Okay, this is just my tier list again. We're a bunch of liars. But this is just but yeah. But anyways, now here comes well, my least favorite book in the series in the my least favorite book in the Railway series. Um, yeah, more about Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm just gonna tell you, this book was just made for the TV series because 3 of these stories were adapted from that book. Rip Tank, which I kind of like that one. The other stories, I just don't like we know what these stories are, but they're not. But they're told differently though. I don't know. I just didn't like. I guess they just weren't the same as the other ones, but. And yes, I'm giving this a C tier. It's my least favorite of the railway of the books, but it's not a bad book, but it's just not a good one. Is it your least favorite? Alright. And now we have reached 30 books. We got 12 more left. God, this is gonna be a quick video. Anyways. Up next. Oh no! Oh, this book kind of disappointed me. Gordon, the high speed engine. I was kind of disappointed by this one, but I do love Pip and Emma. I like Pip and Emma. Got finally some more female diesels. Gordon proves his point was great. Fire Escape was interesting. Smoke Screen and High Speed Gordon. This book just didn't interest me that much. I wanted to like it, but it disappointed me. But yeah, C tier. It is better than More About Thomas, I'll say. Yeah. Alright. Trust me, I only have like 6 books in the C tier. But anyways. Toby, Trucks, and Trouble. Um well, I only know that one of these stories was adapted. Bolstro. Yeah, that was easily the best one. Toby Seaside, I liked Mavis and the Lorry. I definitely like that one. Yeah, but I actually do think this is a good book. Toby Takes the Road. That one was the weakest. Toby's Seaside Holly was decent, but yeah, I can give this an A tier. The better ones. I like it more than Branch Line Engines. See, I like different opinions on these books because I like to have different opinions. Put it anywhere you want. Plop. Anyways, up next is Thomas and the Twins. Now this is the good stuff. This is the really good stuff. I like Thomas and the Twins. I fucking love this one. Easily in my top 10. One of the best, one of the two Christopher audiobooks I would put in the S tier. The other one I'll get to later, but this is definitely one of the best ones. Oh, number 9. I love this one so much. Oh, I like it more than Stepney the Bluebell Engine. Oh yeah, I definitely love a Thomas, Edward, and Twins story. I love Down the Drain, Trevor. What a Picture and Scrambled Eggs. Yeah, fucking love these ones. S tier, baby, above Stepney. You anyways, up next is Jock the New Engine. I wasn't sure about this one. Another weak story. But I will say it's I like Jock, but not one of my favorites, I'll be honest. Jock and teamwork were good, but sticking power and when you know that just did not interest me. It's a C tier. Like I like it's just it'll go in the middle. I like it better. I like it more than More About Thomas. I just wish they could have done Jock better. Yeah. Oh yeah, Frank. I forgot Frank existed. Thomas and the Great Railway Show. Before the Great Race existed, we had this book. And I did not hate this one. I actually thought it was a decent book. But literally, Steven's in this. Almost. Yeah. Yeah. Trouble on the Line and Thomas and the Rail Tour are pretty good. Not the Ticket and Museum Piece were just, fine. But I do think I like this better than Small Railway Engines, so a B tier. Alright. Okay. Next is Thomas Comes Home. Um, yeah, this one was mid. I thought it was a mid book. I don't know. I guess I just didn't really care for this one. I know. I guess the only one I liked was Thomas Comes Home. I guess the Snow Problem was kind of fine. Washout and Toby's Mega Train just, eh. I wasn't a big fan of those two books. I don't know. It does the I don't know. C tier. I'm putting this above Board in the High Speed Engine. Alright. Up next is Henry and the Express. Yeah, this one was a decent book. But I don't know, some of his stories kind of confuse me. Henry Sees Red was the one I know about because of the undercoat Henry. Sliding Scales, interesting. Overhaul, nah. Out of Puff, okay. But it was a decent book. But I would give it a B tier though. I would say I would put it above Percy the Small Engine. Alright. Now here comes my favorite Christopher Audrey book. And the character that I love, yeah, and the character that I love playing as in Locals Online. Wilbert the Forest Engine. I love Wilbert, man. Named after the creator of the books. Yes. Wilbert. Yeah, I like him more than Thomas and the Twins. So that's an S. These are the only two Christopher Audrey books I have in the S tier. Because, man, I love Wilbert. And plus, I just love his stories too. Oh man, yeah, Wired Up, Foaming at the Funnel, Cab Over Wheels, and Percy's Porch. Fuck, I love these stories. S tier, baby, above Thomas and the Twins. I have the two Christopher books next to each other. Into the. I keep doing that Simpsons joke. Fiddly dee. Anyways, alright. Next is Thomas and the Fat Controller's Engines, or Thomas and Sir Topham Hatt's engines. Yeah, no, this one was a mid. I don't know. fly. I thought I would like this one, but no, I was disappointed. Bird Strike was kind of stupid. Edward and the Cabbages was fine. Rabbits was mid. Golden Jubilee was actually the best one. But man, I was disappointed by these bizarre stories. And literally, the photo they use would be kind of similar to the final book, which we'll get to soon. But I do think it's a C tier. I like it better than Jock the New Engine. Middle C tier for now. Hey. 3 more left. We got New Little Engine. We got Ivo Hugh. I'm still waiting for him to be added in Locals Online. Please add him for the love of God. But anyways, this book was decent. I Name This Engine. I love that one. Dirty Water. No. So Hondo's Plan I like. Speed Killer. Eh. This I'm putting at the bottom of the... Well, not the bottom of the B tier, but above Mountain Engines. I like this better than that. I like that book better, so yeah. Two left. Thomas and Victoria. Okay, this one's not bad. I actually like this one. This one surprised me, actually. Literally, this is like my top 5 favorite Christopher books, I'll say. I don't know why, but I love Thomas and Victoria. I think Victoria would technically be shown in the... I did technically in the hit era when Toby feels left out, I think. Because Toby has that special coach he's pulling. I know, but it's a blue and white coach. It could be any coach. That's a theory. But I did like this one. Overloaded, Avalanche. Yeah, Eels on Wheels was the weakest. But I did love Toby's Vintage Train the most. Yeah, I don't know. I just really like this one. 8 tier, above Toby the Tram Engine. Alright, the final book. Thomas and His Friends. Which, to my surprise, I was disappointed. I think the book ended well, but I think the story's I think the story's just... Well... Cemetery... It was a perfect ending. Gordon's fire service was not terrible. Buffer bashing could have been better. Well, maybe it was decent, but Thomas and the Swan was easily the weakest story, but I feel like this could have been a better ending book, but this was published in 2011, I think. The only book to ever reach the 2010s. But it is at the top of the C tier. Like I said, it does end the book series. I think the last story ended off well, but the other 3 could have been better stories. But this is the top of the C tier for me. And the picture is exactly the same, but it just looks a little different. And I don't know what we're going to do with those 4 books. If we ever come back to this, if we ever get to read those by chance, then we would come back to this probably sometime in the future. Maybe as like a little bonus segment when we get to our new tier list series. But I believe this is it. We are officially done. And how long did this take us? Not bad. So, is this the end of our tier list series? No. It's not. But sadly, this is the end of our Thomas series. Now, for now at least, we might have a bonus video coming out later. Who knows? We might do a tier list on the Railway series characters, but only when it happens. It could happen either in December or in January, but who knows? That could be like a bonus video. But what's in store for our next tier list series that we're doing? Yeah. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. Together, now we do it together. He's the angry video game nerd. That's right. We're doing the angry video game nerd for our next tier list series. At least I hope there's tier lists of these. But yeah, we're gonna now. The way the episodes are gonna be different compared to the Thomasons, because this is a YouTube series. But it's like how this would depend. But also, yeah, we're doing depends on what happens. But this is definitely going to be fun. I love watching these videos so much, especially during high school. I've watched a lot of these throughout high school. Trust me. It was so fun, man. High school was so fun. But the way... Yeah, Serialize has all the episodes listed for each season. So, it'll be fun. To look at most of the things that the nerd talks about, but it's gonna be fun. But with that, we don't know when we're gonna start doing this. Either at the end of either somewhere in December or the beginning of next year, which is January. But we'll see what happens. But for now, we're just gonna be taking a little break from doing tier lists for a little bit, not for long, but just for a little bit. I could say we could plan it throughout maybe somewhere in December when I feel like it. But for now, we're just gonna take a break. Because, well, these videos take long, but they're so fun to do. But also you're wondering when the bonus video will come out? It'll come eventually. But for now, I just want to say, Vaughn, this was so fun doing these tier lists with you, man, talking about one of our favorite childhood shows.
Yeah.
And also, like, just one of my favorite shows in general. Also, like, experiencing this was just so fun. It was so fun. We talking about the show, the movies, the characters, the seasons and everything, just the songs, just the whole media releases. Just it was fun. Doing this every Tuesday night to Wednesday morning. Yeah. We certainly had fun doing this. It took us from about 6 to 7 months. I had to talk like that because I'm not gonna be saying that. I'm not gonna say that stupid 6-7 meme like that. Jesus Christ, what has our world become at this point?
Stuffed in the head, that's what.
Oh no, yeah. I fucking hate politics.
Same.
See, this is why Obama was the best president. He's the only best president. That's it. Well, yeah, that's it. Not going to full politic detail, but anyways, this is the end of the Thomas tier list series. At least when the bonus video will come out. But then again, Vaughn, thank you so much for letting me joining you in all these videos that we did together.
Hey, no worries.
We'll be back. I don't know when we'll be back, but right now I'm going to be focusing on some other things right now. And Vaughn, you could finally now focus more I think this could give you more time to focus on your big object show you're working on.
Yep.
And who knows, even after the photo recast, let's just hope I can get it. Who knows? I would love to voice her sometime because seeing how males can voice females as well, because we've seen it in cartoons. I can give it a shot, hopefully.
Okay, I won't guarantee you getting it, but you can try.
I know. I already auditioned a while ago, so I'm just praying. I pray to God. I don't believe in God. I'm just saying that because I fucking hate Christians. Trust me, Christians fucking suck. Anyways, this is it. To end this off, for our last cue the clip, I think it's only fair if we ended it off with a song that we love. Why don't we end it off with the Island song? Just the heck of it.
Okay.
But anyways, guys, enjoy this song. Thank you so much for watching these tier list videos on Thomas the Tank Engine. And check out my channel, The Movie Fanatic, in the link in the description. Check out me and Vaughn's letterboxes as well. And yeah, check me out on Sarah Lies as well, but I don't even know if there's a link to that at this point. But anyways, this is the end of the Thomas tier list series. We'll see you guys in the first episode of the AVGN tier list of the first 2 seasons, which won't happen probably until December at least. So we will see you guys for the next video. Enjoy the song. Goodbye.
Picture a land where the sky is so blue, a storybook land of wonder, a magical island just waiting for you. Island of Sodo will make your dreams come true. Imagine a place where the sun always smiles, the valleys are green as can be. Friends that you love are all waiting for you. Island of Sodo will make your dreams come true. Children, follow the dream to a land of to your dream, over the hills and mountains. Look for the skies with stars in their eyes.